Man enough. This is a video about It's Complicated. Let's get it started. We'll watch It's Complicated in a minute. So here we go.
Can you name some controversial women's issues?
Controversial women's issues.
Abortion.
Oh, that's a good one. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean,
Of course we are.
Oh, well, I don't know. Like,
Name all of them.
Can you just name a few controversial women's issues?
Abortion,
Oh, issues.
the wage gap, the
Wage gap is not true. So I don't know where they're getting this information from, but it's not true. It's not true. I literally said this in the other video. It's literally illegal for that to happen. So if there's any wage gap going on or anything that's going on or whatever, then you would you can take legal action. You will always win that case. Literally, you will always win that case. Especially because you're a woman. Like you're gonna get millions. Like, come on, stop with this wage gap foolishness. This is not true. Stop saying that, bro.
Honestly,
sexual assault. Me too.
the Madonna horror complex.
Can you name any men's issues?
oh, men's issues.
They need to treat women better.
Erectile
Oh my
dysfunction.
gosh. What did she say? What? Wait,
They
what did
need
she
to
say?
treat women better.
Erectile dysfunction.
Erectile okay.
Okay, but I mean,
Okay.
like, can you name any like men's struggles?
Oh, struggles.
Mental health.
Yeah, mental health. That's definitely.
Actually, men commit rates. They actually commit suicide the
yeah,
most.
more, yeah.
Women attempt more, but men are more successful.
And can you name any men's issues?
Yeah, like toxic masculinity.
Oh my gosh, here
The
we go.
patriarchy affects everyone. So like,
Why do you think
Oh my goodness. Man.
men's mental health is in crisis?
The stigma behind it, and it's negatively
Yeah, they're
looked
afraid to
upon.
like talk about it, and especially like family just like kind of shames that sometimes.
Why are men typically the ones blamed for inflating a woman's ego?
Because most guys love to tell women how beautiful they are.
Weren't men groomed to be that way?
Yes, and to respect women ever since we're little, for sure.
I don't know, but we don't do that. They inflate their own ego.
Right, but I mean, what about simps? Simps are blamed for inflating a woman's ego, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's just degrading the value of the man, is what it does.
Weren't men groomed to be that way?
I hate to say it. Yes, they were groomed to be simps. We're supposed to come in and just.
Not really. It's not true. We weren't groomed to be simps. We were why do you say groom? But anyway. We were grown to be respectful men, to, respect women, be nice to them, and, show them respect. Same thing for a woman. A woman was made to, care for their husband and take care of the house, take care of the children, things of that nature. Be a loving mom. What's the problem here? Don't know what this is talking about.
Go with what goes on, just conform with the household, go out, work, bring it all in, and
We are supposed to treat a lady with respect, but no, we're not groomed to be lower ourselves for something else. Because if I lower myself to come to your level, I can't help you get to my level.
Are women equally
point.
guilty for demoralizing men and their ego?
Absolutely.
OnlyFans, yes.
Women choose. Women are choosers.
Are women equally guilty for demoralizing men and their ego?
Yes, they are, because women just could, like I said, they could easily go on some kind of social media and just post a picture of themselves and expect a man to go ahead and give her everything she needs because she's wearing makeup, basically. And you know what? That's not how it should be. It should be an even playing field for the both of us.
Aren't women raised to be spoiled as princesses?
Women are raised. Women are coddled. They absolutely are. Yeah.
So if so, why isn't that given any attention?
Well, because it's a woman world. It's everything, rules around women. It's whatever the woman says, that's what the man's going to do.
I mean, I got
Not
a kid
necessarily.
too, so I'm guilty of this. So, I don't know. It's just, I think it's something innate in us biologically. We just want to build, protect, and
Yes.
our
That's literally what God contended us. I said contended us. Wow. That's literally what God made us for. Men to protect, women take care of the children and take care of the husband. While we do the protecting, we get the money, we do everything that's possible. Protect the family, do all those things, do all the hard work. While women take care of the children and cook and take care of the household. And obviously, like, with cleaning and all that. And yeah, that's what gender roles are for and has been functioning for millennia. So, and there hasn't been a problem until the 21st century. So, yep, yep.
Because the little girls are somebody we can protect. I mean, obviously, since the moment they're born.
Do you find it hypocritical when parents advise their sons to avoid gold diggers while also advising their daughters to find a man who will take care of them?
It's hypocritical, but it's the way of the world. Doggy dog world, baby.
Are men no longer providing because women don't want to submit, or are women no longer submitting because men don't want to provide?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm so glad that you asked that. I think it is because women don't want to submit because of, sometimes the guy's not worth it. A woman will submit if the guy if she feels safe, if she feels secure, if he treats her right and respectful. So yeah, we will. It's almost it's automatic. You don't even have to say it. A woman will submit.
A man is put on this world to take care of the woman. So a man is that, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what a woman's supposed to look for. A man that's able to take care of them. And a man is, I don't think that's a question for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So what were women put on this planet for?
To produce, to nurture. Hello.
So then why are there so many women encouraged and raised to be independent rather than nurturing?
A lot of women were raised without fathers. So how could you know?
She's that is yo. Thank you for speaking facts. Thank you. And this is where the men come into play now. This is the problem. Men have the problem. Yo, this is okay. This I'm gonna go off a whole tangent because I was gonna go into another video I was supposed to do on my gaming channel, but you guys will know that's a different story. But look, this is a problem with the men, right? We are programmed to smash and dash women. We are not programmed and to watch their OnlyFans and to worship them. That's also a thing, and kiss their feet. We are not programmed and we are not conditioned like how it was back then to love women, cherish them, take care of them, make the money, take care of their children, make sure they're raised properly, make sure the men are raised to be men, make sure the women are raised to be women, things of that nature. The father is gone. The father smashes, gets the milk and dip. That's it. Bars. That's literally how it is. That's literally how it is. And men are changed to have 20,000 bodies, and that's cool. That's not disgusting. You know, you putting your Johnson in mad holes, that's fine. That's totally cool. And all that, sealing the cracks, that's totally cool. That's totally cool. But when a woman does it, she's a whore, she's this and that. No, you are a whore. You are a man whore. And if you want to be proud of that, if you want to be proud of the fact that you're about to get an STD and die and go to hell, hey man, that's up to you. That is up to you. I'm not wishing that on you. I pray that you find Jesus Christ and you give your life to him and live a sincere Christian life, a man of God life, than to live this sex crazy life, which by the way is an uncontrolling, like you have no self-control lifestyle. I believe that is man's problem. Smashing and dashing. And that's one of the problems that is with men's society, bro. And that's what I think women need to propagate more. You know what I mean? And I think women need to take more accountability on who they spread their legs to. Now, of course, this is excluding manipulation, entrapment, and all this type of stuff. But this also goes to women taking accountability and hanging around with the right people. Stop women out there, if you're watching this video. Stop hanging around women that want to be independent and want to, oh, you do you, boo boo, and all this type of stuff. Stop hanging around women like that. Those types of women will let you go out to the club and you'll end up getting, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot trust those type of people like that, bro. They will get you messed up. You need to hang around women that want to be mothers, that cherish God, that cherish the value of life, that are not pro-abortion and all this other stuff. You need to hang around women like that. That's if you have value, of course. But if you don't have value, then this video is not for you. You should click off. But if you do have value, or even if you don't, this video is probably for you. I might change your mind. I don't know. Only God can change your mind. I'll pray for you. But like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the main problem. Men's issue is smashing and dashing, and like, men need to stop trying to like say, oh yeah, it's cool. Like if we smash and dash, no, you're not cool, bro. And I will forever have that will forever be my problem with the men society. Is the smashing and dashing, and especially in the black community too, because there's a lot of fatherless daughters out there, literally, and that's why they be acting the way they acting, because there's no father figure in the household, and it's really be sad out here, bro. I'm sorry for the rant, bro.
How to be a woman to a man if you didn't have a dad.
Well, right, but a lot of men were raised without fathers, so how could a man know how to be a leader and a provider to a woman if he didn't have a man teaching him that masculine role?
I guess that's just something we all got to figure out together.
I mean, then that goes into what I said earlier. They learn about the smashing and dashing, or they just don't know how to treat a woman. Which I know a lot of people and friends that don't know how to treat a woman, that they wasn't raised around a father like that, so they don't know how to treat a woman. They don't know how, or like they have like family problems, or like they're like mom and dad always arguing, so they don't know how to treat. They don't know. They don't know. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and they don't watch videos. They don't watch videos, encouraging videos or Christian videos. They're not Christian. They're not in a Christian household. None of that. So they don't have no home training. It all comes down to the parenting at the end of the day, bro. So if you have bad parenting, if you raised in a single single household with just one mom or whatever, she can't do everything. She can't be the father and mother at the same time, and that's the case, yes. But like most of the time, the son doesn't know how to treat a woman. They end up treating her bad, or they end up like smashing and dashing or whatever. Or like if they're raised in a father household, they end up just not having the loving nature, I guess, from a mom. So it's like you can't go hand in hand. And then with the woman, they're fatherless. They don't have no father figure or nothing like that, and they end up smashing 6,000 men and becoming a whore, or becoming edgy, or some emo girl that wears black everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro.
Are men expected to have a healthy perception of themselves, aka confidence, while people continue to blame men for women's inflated ego?
It falls under the social norm, I believe. Like I said, it's just my personal opinion. We're meant to hold that certain status. We're meant to be strong, be a guy.
We have to have confidence as men. We're the king of the jungle, man. We're the most dangerous species on this earth. If we wasn't, it wouldn't look like this, So as a man, we have to have absolute confidence in ourselves.
And I think it really starts at the gym with other guys. We compete with each other, so we have to always appear strong. But yeah, you're right. We always seem to always put a...
Dang, an ad right in the middle of the video?
Hey, you want to get some legal cannabis? Check out mood.com.
Yo,
this
bro.
bud gets you so high.
Yo,
Right
this lady, yo, bro, aren't you like 60 years old, bro? What is your lungs looking like, bro? Over here trying to promote smoking to me to destroy my lungs, and you're over here, you're almost like 60 something years old. Eyes not even halfway open, bro. Yo, come on, son, bro. You are like almost to the grave. You're over here trying to promote smoking to me. Please, bro. Please don't get me mad.
Little weakness when it comes down to the woman. We'll be strong for other dudes, but girls, we always try to, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, why are men expected to have a healthy perception of themselves, but we don't hold women to a standard of having a healthy perception of them? In other words, we expect men to have confidence, but we don't expect women to be humble.
I think, okay, so this is a good question. I think it's because it comes down to the ego. Women do not have as much ego, so they're not required for all of that, to be humble, to be all these different things. We only really require them. We as men require them to just look good and just come along for the most part.
Why do women often attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want?
Oh, that's a good question. Why do we attack masculinity?
Because women run the world.
Masculinity.
Like, you couldn't come up with any other like answer. You just had to say that, right? You just came up with the first thing that came to your head. Like, you didn't even think about it. Like, you just laughed and then just said women rule the world. What is wrong with you, bro? Oh my goodness. At least, can you have critical thinking at least once? Like, you can't think? Oh my goodness. That is annoying.
As in,
like you don't lift enough. Like you're
Bro, wasn't this girl in a video before? I could have sworn I've seen her in a video. I could have sworn I've seen her in a video, bro. And she was with that skinny girl with like the spectrum in her nose or whatever. I could have sworn they look exactly alike. I'll probably post it on the screen. Bro, she looks mad familiar.
not manly enough. You're not a man.
I didn't know they did that. Personally, I like a feminine man.
But I think if a woman goes for that, it's just because throughout history, that's like the biggest.
You want a feminine man? You're scary, bro. You're scary. You want a feminine man? I don't know if she was trolling. I'm pretty sure she's trolling. But like, there's no way she was being serious when she said that. A feminine man? So you want a man that has his nails painted, says boo boo, you know, like when somebody's like about to rob your house or something, you don't expect them to go and fight the guy off. You expect them to just hide under the covers and be, I hope they'll go away. Let's call 911. You're capping. Stop capping. Like, oh my goodness, bro.
Defining factor of like what a man is like they're a manly man.
The easiest hit.
Isn't that hitting below the belt?
Hitting below the belt? What do you mean
To
by
attack,
that? Sorry.
attack someone's masculinity.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder why men's mental health is in crisis?
Absolutely, yes, because, you know, women believe that just because they throw on some makeup and look pretty, that they can get any man. And this is really taking advantage of the man. And, you know, because you might not be a good-looking guy, that you might not have all this money, you might not have all this stuff, then that's putting you in a status where you basically get ignored by a lot of women, which is a terrible thing for a lot of men today.
It is often said life isn't fair. Who is more likely to be expected to accept injustice, men or women?
Women.
If it's not men, why do we have the expression "take it like a man"?
You're good. Because men are supposed to have this strong front, you know? So
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
absolutely not.
So then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
We don't.
But didn't you just say a man's supposed to be this and a
I
man's
said
supposed to be that?
supposed to. Yeah.
Is that not defining what a man is?
Well, somewhat, but not just clear like that.
If it's not men, why do we
She's on the delusion of she doesn't know what a woman is. She doesn't know what a woman is. A woman is basically a classified, subjective person's belief. Wow. Jesus is coming soon, y'all. I'm not joking.
the expression "take it like a man"?
Well, I never heard "take it like a woman."
So then wouldn't the answer be men?
It would be men.
We talk about things. A lot of times men don't. They don't like to tell us their problems. They don't, they shut down easily. Most women, they'll talk about things and issues, but a lot of times men are silent, so they kind of withhold.
But do you think that men often withhold their feelings because when they express their feelings, it's often shamed and made fun of?
No. I think from growing up, they always say, well, men, you're not supposed to cry. Take it like a man. So they have to build this persona.
Is it any wonder why men's mental health is in crisis?
Yes, because soon as a man opens up to a woman and tells them like their deepest, darkest secrets, women tend to use that against men. And I don't know why. I'm a woman and I don't know why.
What is the difference
I mean, they use it to gain money, obviously. To gain money, to use it against them, so to gaslight them. Because, once they have the box over their head, the vagina over their head, a man will do anything. So that's really how it goes, really.
Sexism and racism.
Sexism and racism. There is no difference. The one is discrimination of color, and one is discrimination of sex.
What's the difference between telling a black man you're not black enough and telling a man you're not man enough?
Oh, that's a good one. Telling
Really
a
no difference.
black man he's not black enough can be... Oh.
That's
And I
a
also never understood that, like, you're not black enough is absolutely that's a insult. Well, no, that's actually a compliment because what is not being black enough? Am I what is that? What does that mean? Because I've been said this all the time when I was younger. Like I've been told that, oh, you're not black enough, or you're black, or you're not black, or you're black. How? Like I've been told this all my life, like most of the time, and they be saying this because I don't speak like ghetto. I don't spam the N word all day. I don't say the N word all day. I don't say it after every single sentence. I don't say ghetto speeches. I don't go along with what be going on in the black community or do a whole bunch of foolishness that the black people do. I don't do any of those things. You know what I'm saying? I don't do any of that stuff because that's first of all that goes down a road of being unintelligent, and I don't want to be seen as a typical black person. So I don't spam the N word. I don't even like saying the N word at all. I just don't feel comfortable saying that. I just don't feel comfortable saying that, and I don't feel cool saying that. I don't feel like you're my homie if you say the N word to me, or like do specific stuff like what black people do. Like I just don't like, you know what I mean? Like I don't, I feel like that's an insult just saying that in general. Like what does that mean? Like what does not being black enough mean? What does that mean? Like do I have to go to your barbecue, eat watermelon, eat fried chicken? Like what does that mean? Like I don't understand what that means. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's like kind of stupid to me. But let me know how you guys feel about that, because that's like, I mean, obviously, if you're white, you can't really. I've been called white all my life, so it's like, yeah, bro.
That's a good one.
It's the same thing. I've been told that my whole life. Man, I went to two. I've been in the hood. I've been in the suburbs. In the suburbs, they said you're white. In the hood, they say you're black. Or other way around, actually. I'm sorry. You're not white enough. You're not black enough.
And black enough, as you can see, I make racism look stupid. I'm two different colors. So, to me, it's just to me, that's a funny question. Literally, like it makes me laugh because how can you ask someone who's lighter than a white guy about someone who's black? You know, it's just an interesting concept. But like I said, I think that just relates.
I forgot
it
what
goes
this
back to
condition is called. I have a
racism
friend
being
that has
system
this.
and how people are used to or falling
And
victim
how do you
to
get
that
it?
system.
I'm very curious on
In
that.
my book, that's equal, man.
So why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
It's definitely not okay for them to be sexist.
Why is non-blatant racism often exaggerated while blatant sexism is often ignored and made fun of?
Because, like I said, it goes back to the thing where women are always coddled. You know, if a man came out there, was, start crying and all this other shit, of course we're gonna get ridiculed. Like, you can't do that as a man. You have a masculinity figure to show, and a female can absolutely do that. But that's not how it should be. Everything should be, on a same playing field. But
falls under that social norm category. I mean, there's movements that support, things like that, but we have very little support on our end. So we just, back to that one word, take it like a man.
I know this, when a man's going through a struggle, people aren't going to listen to him. When a woman is going through a struggle, the whole world knows.
Yep.
Speaking of not being man enough, is the modern man not man enough to handle the modern woman, or is the modern woman too much to handle?
I feel like the modern woman is too much to handle because this day and age, women, they're under the impression that they really don't need a man, so therefore
Yep.
they become that much more independent to where that they're like, okay, well, if you can do it, I can do it. A lot
Yep.
of things that men were capable of, like women didn't have the rights to work for a long time. And then once we were able to work, okay, well, now it's the sense of, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
No,
So then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
they do not.
But they do, don't they?
I mean, they can give their opinion, but they don't have the right to, in my opinion.
But when I was raised, men are supposed to be strong. We were taught that they weren't supposed to really be emotional. They were supposed to support us. So it's kind of like programming.
Isn't that defining what a man is?
I guess so.
Why do you think that men's mental health is in crisis?
Because of toxic
Yeah, they're taught to be strong and not care about things, and so,
Yeah, it's all toxic masculinity. They're taught to not think about stuff,
Yeah.
and that if men aren't introspective.
They're also not always willing to talk about it though, even if they want to, and that's
For some women, it can be like connecting, like
Yeah,
you realize that
intimacy.
they have like a soft side and like We're into that sometimes, you know?
Has a
No, you're
man
not. No, you're
crying
not.
ever
No,
gotten a
you're not.
woman wet?
No, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, no, you're not. The moment you see a man crying, you're gonna use that against him. You're gonna exploit him. You're gonna destroy him. You're gonna. It's just down bad, bro. No girl wants to see a man cry ever, ever. No girl wants to see that. No girl wants to see that unless this man is literally down bad. Like if he's crying off of something small, like I don't know. Like for example, if his mom passes away or like if somebody passes away, then that's okay. But like if he crying off of some small something like what a girl will cry over, like he's just going through something bad or stressing out or something, he cries, bro, bro. It's just GG at that point. Just leave the girl. Don't even ever talk to her ever again at that point.
Wet?
Not me. It's not gotten me wet. Like I've been
No, but
concerned.
it makes me, have a lot of empathy.
You're lying.
What is the difference between the masculinity that women find attractive versus toxic masculinity?
Lying.
Masculinity where you find attractive is where you're not thinking about that actively as a man. When you can like
So good.
yeah, you know what?
You're just
Can you explain that?
naturally. Yes, you're not performing. You're not. Masculinity doesn't mean misogyny.
Why are some people
So I hope, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. He probably cut that out because I really wanted to see. I really wanted to understand what their definition of masculinity is because, like, what is toxic masculinity? What is masculinity to them? What is being a man to them is? Because I really wanted to know because they're clearly saying that a man's problem is toxic masculinity, a man, misogyny, whatever. So what is a man then? What is a man? Well, what defines as a man? What is a man to you? What man will what type of man would you go out with? That's basically what I want to know. Because obviously every man is a misogynist or whatever, blah blah blah, or whatever. So what? And he cut it out. So I'm like, I really wanted to know. He probably cut it out because they was saying absolute foolishness, probably. So whatever.
willing to accept that life isn't fair while other people want to change the world?
I feel like people that feel like life isn't fair are people who can't acknowledge their own wrongs. I feel like it's those people that's inexperienced with life and just need someone to blame. I read a really interesting book called The Four Agreements. It was about total knowledge, and it pretty much talked about how people's negative energy reflects on other people ultimately because of themselves. So I feel like life isn't fair. Life is what you make it, and just make it the best, you know? I unfortunately, I grew up all in, I was homeless since I was 3 years old. So for me to be having an interview with a guy like you means a lot to me. And for me to never use my adolescence as an excuse, it just answers the question. Sometimes we gotta step outside of ourselves, really look at ourselves and what we're in, and play chess.
Why do people insist that things will never change when history has proven that things have already changed?
Ditto with that one, because history, like I said, repeats itself. And even though certain things back in the day has changed, the common denominator is still there.
Why do so many people believe we're living in a male-dominated patriarchy if the standards and selectivity of women is what you believe drives civilization to become better?
Wow. I think it's getting backwards. I think people are forgetting how much men have contributed to the whole society and the world as a whole. And yes, now women have the rights to basically play those parts like a man, but most of them don't choose to be that, and they like a man actually doing these kind of things.
It's a man's world, man. Women are trying to come up, but they don't want to do the jobs that we do. They don't want to go to war. Some of them do, very select few. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to be down in these sewers cleaning up. They don't want to be building these buildings and stuff like that. I mean, that's something they would rather do. But if that's the truth, if it's not a man's world, then they need to get down in the sewers and go do it.
It's true.
I was just saying.
Very true. A woman is not gonna go in the sewers, be a plumber, be an engineer, or do any of the hard type of stuff. They'll like, they'll be a surgeon, be a doctor, but they're not finna be a garbage man, a plumber, or any of these crazy construction worker. They're not finna do a hard man's job, quote unquote, whatever. They're not finna do that. I'm not gonna say quote unquote because that's actually true. Like if you sit up there and like do construction and building houses and all this stuff, it's a lot of work. It's not just 1, 2, 3, bro. Being a carpenter and all that, that's a lot of work, bro. That's not just 1, 2, 3, you're cleaning the sewers, making sure electricity is running, power grid is running. That's like a man's job. Like that's a whole bunch of work that a woman doesn't want to do. And you have to be very strong to do that anyway. You have to have a lot of willpower, like a lot of persistence. Like I'm not saying a woman can't do that, like can't have persistence and stuff, but it's like a woman's not gonna want to do all that. Like it's too much work, and that's just like it's hard. So, yeah, bro.
To have a woman have a really good time. I mean, it was used to be just a building, and a woman said, "Hey, I want to gamble with it too. I want to eat here too. I want to dance here too," and they just put everything in there. So yeah, women definitely inspire us to build.
Shout out to Tribe of Men. Where's my shout out, bro? I need my shout out, bro. Why am I getting no shout out? Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, sort of, slightly. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to this complicated man, Man Enough. Very interesting video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, it was very interesting. It was good to see people's viewpoint on being a man and man enough, and just being a man in general. Let me know if you guys agree with me, disagree. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're road to 100 subscribers. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe. God bless. Oh wait, if you haven't given your life to Jesus Christ, make sure you guys do that if you haven't already, because it is important solely and eternally. So make sure you guys do that. The video on how to get saved and give your life to Jesus Christ is in the description. So make sure you guys do that if you haven't already. So yeah, I love y'all. God bless.